Morning traders, and this is your Dax day trade setup for today. So trend is still very much to the upside. We have ended up with a range bar inside, or basically range bar and engulfing bar. So that does give me some indication that we could be forming a top here. I think this is really just tradable related. So what we have here is we've got all this consolidation at the top, tails to the bottom, tails to the top. Lots of confusion, okay? So in other words, it's a barbed wire pattern. And whenever you see barbed wire patterns, which is lots of tails, then my advice is just to stay far away from it. Here was another barbed wire pattern until you get some kind of confirmation of what they're going to do. Okay, so at this stage, trend is still up, so we should be looking for longs, but not really convinced with all the noise that's come out at the moment. Okay, moving across the hour, you can see we are still very much in a confused state. Very bearish signal there, another very bearish signal there, and pretty much a break below 13132 is going to trigger quite a few sells. Okay, and that is a valid short signal as well. Okay, so that kind of the view. I'm of the opinion that we need a kind of a pullback at the moment. We really do. So even if it is a smallish pullback, but we need a pullback on a higher time frame, and we need the oscillators to cool off on the higher time frames. So we need to move out of overbought territories on the higher time frames, and then look for opportunities to get long. Okay, so for me, I'm probably going to be sitting on my hands on this. I will wait down here by this gap close, which is quite far away, but that's pretty much the only thing that I can see. We're going to have to break through the bottom of the range here. That's my bottom of the range, and I don't really have a top of range. That was a top of range until yesterday, and we're messing around with it, so we could argue that that is now the top of the range, but very messy. Okay. Yeah, but this bar here is all just news. Okay, so I think for the DAX, more likely money in pockets. I'm not going to bother with this today. It doesn't look like anything is lining up for me at all. It just looks like lots of confusion. There's no flags. What we had was ranges. We got a bit of a close above it, but you can see all these tails trying to break through this range, which didn't happen. So now the trend is still up, so we should be trading on the trend, but I just don't like what I see here. I want to see some more structure form, either a wedge or something that's going to tell me where we're going. Okay, so for me on the DAX, money in pockets, not going to really bother with this. If we just quickly move across to Ichimoku, and we'll just start here on the 12. And you can see the confusion still. So it is sort of a bearish, bit of a bearish setup at the moment, but it's also flat, which means ranging, so not much there. 30-minute flat coming together as actually nothing there at all. Nothing that you can even think about paying attention to Ichimoku. And ranging, flat, 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 flat. Everything's flat, so nothing really there either. 4 hour is going flat as well, indicating range, but we are very far from Kijinsen, so I would expect some kind of a pullback into this level. And that does line up with the close, with the gap here as well. And the daily is very bullish, pointing straight up. Just the problem is that we're very far apart. Okay, so the summary of it is really the trend is up. You should be looking for longs, but you don't really want to be long at this level. You want to see a deeper pullback, and you can get a really deep pullback and still be in a positive trend. And the other thing to bear in mind is this. That is our current trend line. So maybe a pullback onto that trend line and then another move to the upside. But until we get some kind of a pullback, I'm not in this market at all. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.